TCN commissions 100 megavolt ampere transformer in Lagos State. Oyo SDP aspirant urges Nigerians to protect their votes. NDLEA dismantles cocaine cartel, arrests KC Luxury. Flooding across parts of Abuja. Worsening waste disposal crisis in Lagos State. Syria court sentences Assad's cousin to death. Good day and welcome to a live news update. I am Salome Oladipo and here are the major stories making headlines. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has commissioned a new 100 megavolt ampere 132 to 33 kilovolt power transformer at the Alausa Transmission Substation in Lagos. TCN says this project, which is a direct reflection of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, replaces the existing 30 megavolt ampere unit, increasing the substation's total capacity from 135 MVA to 205 MVA. The upgrade, funded by the World Bank and executed by Shanghai Electric, is expected to provide more stable and reliable electricity to at least 70,000 residents in Alausa and its environs through Ikeja Electric. TCN says the project will also increase the amount of bulk electricity transmitted to distribution companies and contributes to improved stability of the national grid. An Oyo State governorship aspirant on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, Mogaji Olusegun Abiodun Agbola, has urged Nigerians to take the civic responsibility seriously and protect their votes. Agbola spoke in Ibadan during his intention of intent. He called on Nigerians to vote for credible leaders and defend their ballots in next year's general election. He said the outcome of the Osun governorship election showed that citizens can influence political outcomes when they unite and remain resilient. Agbola maintained that no force can stop the will of the people when they stand together in pursuit of good governance. The NDLEA has dismantled an international cocaine cartel that used Nigeria as a transit hub for trafficking drugs to the UK, Europe, and Asia. NDLEA Chairman Mohammed Buba Marwa said the breakthrough followed the seizure of 184.5 kilograms of cocaine worth about 39 billion naira in Lagos. A special investigation led to the arrest of two key suspects, including Lawal Mujab Kendi, a staff member of a logistic company who processed and routed consignment for the cartel. The agency also arrested Afolabi Kazim Michael, popularly known as KC Luxury, who it described as the Nigerian arrowhead of the syndicate. Afolabi was arrested at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport while attempting to flee to Paris. NDLEA said the search of his Banana Island apartment also led to the recovery of exotic vehicles and other valuables. Maro said the cartel used false identities, financial facilitators, and courier companies to conceal its operations, and some members of the syndicate in the UK have been arrested by British authorities. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has defended its handling of flooding in parts of Abuja following Saturday's heavy downpour. The Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister on Public Communications and Social Media, Larry Olayinka, said the flooding was not a new challenge and predated the assumption of office of Minister Nyesom Wike. He said the FCT administration was aware of the recurring flooding and was taking measures to address the problem and prevent future occurrences. Olayinka, however, criticized those repeatedly attacking the FCT minister over the incident, insisting that the flooding should be considered within the broader history of Abuja's drainage and urban planning challenges. Let's take a look.
We will demolish all those houses found on the water channel. Some of them are senators, some of them are big men. The next thing you will say campaign now, oh, why is it doing this during period of election? That is the next campaign you will see now. Stop him. Let us finish election. When there's election, there's no election. All those houses will go down. Heaven will not fall. And heaven will be at peace. That the right thing has been done.
And that is Yesum Wike from FCT. Poor waste disposal is becoming a growing concern in parts of Lagos, with residents facing the health and environmental consequences of indiscriminate dumping. The situation has raised concerns over the risk of infectious diseases, respiratory problems, and other health hazards linked to poorly managed waste. A live news correspondent, Efetobore Ofotokun, filed in this report.
Lagos, Nigeria's capital commercial city, is facing a growing environmental challenge. Across the streets of Lagos, piles of uncollected waste remain a familiar sight, while floods continue to disrupt businesses, damage properties, and put lives at risk. We are in the streets of Lagos speaking to people to know how this affects their businesses, their properties, and their health at large.
Orúkọ mi ni Esther Olaniun. Then nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìdọ̀tí, although area tèmi a máa níbi tí a máa ń gbé ìdọ̀tí wa sí tí mọ́tò díẹ̀ máa wá ń gbé constantly, but àwọn
Concerning debt, in my environment, we have a place where we dispose waste, and Loma truck comes to park. But there are some areas where residents do not want to pay Loma workers. Rather, they pay malams to dispose their trash, and these malams dispose it wherever they like. So things like that affect the health of both elders and children, especially the weather at which we are in right now. It can spread all kinds of diseases. Please, we Lagosians should ensure to dispose properly in such a way that it wouldn't affect us, because we are the ones who will take care of our children. If you take your kids to the hospital and it is detected that they have cholera, recall that cholera is easily transmitted. It could be inhaled, and it's not like we go to school with these kids. So if a child touches dirt and uses their hand to touch another child, this can promote the spread of cholera. So it is important we clean our environment.
In this line of work, while we are working, sometimes some people throw trash from their car. We do ask if they can't see we are cleaning up, and they see that we are working, yet they throw their trash. At the end of the day, they say Loma isn't working.
And then,
additionally, in this environment we are in, some malam who carry dirt around usually dispose dirt anywhere they like. We are begging Lagosians to please dispose their trash properly, especially where it is designated for trash alone, and not dispose them anywhere they like.
Èyí tó bá ní dọ̀tí nínú wọn kó máa gbé débi tí wọ́n máa ti kó ìdọ̀tí kó wá kàn máa jù sílẹ̀.
There may be answers to why waste is piling up across Lagos. Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat says the state is now generating about 17,000 tons of waste daily, up from an earlier estimate of 13,000 tons. He cited increased waste generation, not enough working waste trucks, and problems related to private waste operators as the main causes. Hamzat made this known during an interview on Nigerian Info 99.3 FM on Tuesday. The drivers and motor assistants, which we all know as motor boy, also had things to say.
So we thought that we are generating 13 tons on a daily basis. It turns out we are generating about 17,000. How do you plan for something you can't measure? How? So people sleep on the street, this and that, So if you don't, what you can't measure, it's difficult to plan and manage it. Do you understand? So the people that sleep on the street, that man or those men or young boys that went and scraped the street, they generate refuse.
Yes.
How do we plan for that? How do we know? So we have about 420 or so PSPs. So these are private sector people that carry the refuse.
Yes.
Each of them, by agreement, must have 2 trucks before you can do. So we are expected about over 800 trucks. that's the first challenge. The second challenge is that we realize that a lot of the trucks are no longer usable. So we order trucks. So every local government, we have 57 local government LCDA, they order 2. That's 114. Then Lagos State government bought another 100. We were supposed to get delivery in July. Unfortunately, they now said it's going to be September.
Yes, PSP driver. So at least I work with those boys where they park the dirty too. And I pray for government at least make them intervene. Because nothing like any this thing, we are not secure here. Smelling everything. So every day now we dey sick here. At least you go see everywhere. As I talk myself, dust. It enter our mouth, enter everywhere. So at least I pray may government make them intervene, the matter make them change things around.
As Lagos continues to grow, keeping the environment clean is a shared responsibility between you and I. Proper waste disposal may seem like a small deal, but it will make a huge difference in protecting lives and properties. This is Efeto Barre of Fotokun, reporting for our Live News Network.
A Syrian court has sentenced Wassim al-Assad, a cousin of ousted President Bashar al-Assad, to death over crimes committed during the country's nearly 14-year war. The Damascus court convicted Wassim of premeditated murder and torture. The ruling is the latest against members and associates of the former Assad regime accused of wartime crimes. Last week, the same court sentenced Bashar, his brother Mahir, and cousin Atef Najib to death. The sentences relate to alleged killings, torture, and other crimes committed during Syria's long-running conflicts. The latest ruling marks another one in Syria as major legal action against former Assad regime figures following the end of the conflicts. And that's the latest from a Live News Network. I am Salome Alarikbo. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.